I have a whole bunch of stuff down here. Well, actually, it's all packed inside the suitcases. Based on the title, we all know why you're here. You're probably wondering from the last video, she said she would never buy the Beis Weekender. Why did I do that? Let's talk about it. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing day. Okay, I need to get the Beis Weekender out of the suitcase. I packed everything up because I was like cleaning my room, obviously. You know, when you have everything kind of piled up everywhere, like you have to put things away at some point. So I got the Beis Mini Weekender Convertible because I wanted to be able to use it for different types of travel. And if I'm throwing in a car, I probably use both pieces. If I am flying, I would probably just use the top piece, which is right here. So there is that. So I just folded it up. I think the way it is shown in a lot of different videos, it seems like it's super structured, but you can pack it down pretty well. And on this side, I have the bottom piece. And what I did is I stored items in the bottom piece. Now that we have the bag out, I want to show you, I want to just take a few minutes to talk about things. First of all, you're probably looking at a lot of different videos online about different types of bags, and that's the reason probably you're here. And I'm just going to give you some little bit of helpful tips. If you are looking for just to find that one good personal item bag, make sure if you already have items to go in it, that it is structured and the size and the weight that will fit those current items. If you are starting from scratch or you're trying to revamp what your travel items are because you're changing the way you're traveling or whatever, or you're upgrading personal items or travel items and stuff as new things come out, then find a personal item bag and then get the items that fit well in that bag. I have talked about backpacks on my channel for a long time, and I have one adventure backpack that I've used quite a bit since I purchased it. This is, I don't know how long ago I did the video, but it was the Osprey Sportlight 25, and the other one was the Osprey Daylight. I did not keep that one between those two. I chose the Sportlight. It just fit better, had better organization. I do like a good backpack as long as it has the straps where I feel like it's not pulling on my back. With that said, for a personal item bag, I've said over the years that I've had some bags that I purchased, and basically the issues with personal item, large weekender style bags, they're just too heavy for me. And I don't carry that much stuff in my personal item bag anymore. Based on the Sportlight, that's only a 25 liter. I know that I can pare down to a personal item bag and feel fine with it, knowing based on the type of travel I'm going to do. It's all based on the type of travel. And I think you just need a few good pieces. When you're thinking about it, I personally do like this rectangular style rather than a one like this where I'm having to dig into my bag for things. I just like to be able to see everything. That is a personal choice. You have to decide what your style of packing is and what you prefer. The other thing is that I'm not great on a long crossbody strap for a personal item. I prefer a short, kind of closer to my body, 10 to 12 inch drop. And I actually am enjoying more of a tote style where it kind of goes in and it sits comfortably underneath my arm. I like it to where it is more closer, thinner to the top. A lot of people don't like this style because they feel it's wasted space. But when I did the Away Everywhere bag, which I loved that bag, but I will be honest, I sent it back. I recently sent it back because as I was using it, and I'll put a video in here because I was going to film, and I was filming for this video, and I realized I really didn't like the way it kind of played out on the video, that I could not get my arms through. It was just ridiculous. And the way it bulks out on the top, where it's a true kind of rectangular square, or square-ish on the side, it was too bulky underneath my arms based on the drop. My recommendation is to the Away company is make the strap the same length as the tote bag, which I have here, which I love because it has this long drop, and it's with the Away Everywhere bag, even if it's wide, it would sit lower and it wouldn't feel as bulky because it would be a little lower. When you have it, you're like kind of like this, you know, with your bag all full, and it's just uncomfortable. So very awkward in the armpit. Well, again, you got to find something that's going to work for you. But then the next piece are the items that are going to go inside. Think of all the items that you want to bring with you. Get the size of the bag that's going to work, and then find the items that are going to go inside that will actually work best for that bag. Oh, again, I like this so when I open it up, I can see everything. Well, this is one of those, just like the Away Everywhere bag, where it opens up really wide and I'm able to see it all. And also, I got the convertible one, and I think this one makes it to where I would probably use this when I have a land vacation or a car ride, or yeah, that's a land vacation, right? Maybe even a train. And then I would probably take it off and just use this if I'm going to fly. This actually makes it almost the same size as the Away Everywhere bag once you take it off. And I think this makes it to where I am able to use, I basically got two bags in one here for a lesser price and more functionality, and the way it fits everything, it works a lot better. I think the only thing I don't care is, or I should say the one item that I liked better on the Away Everywhere bag is that had the separate zipper pocket for the iPad and the laptop. That I did like a lot better, but I prefer this pocket a lot easier to the Away Everywhere bag. I felt like I was having such a difficult time getting in and out of that bag. Oh my gosh, it was just terrible. But this one, I have an iPhone 16 Pro, and this is the case for the DJI camera, but I know I could fit the camera in there. I could fit my little memory cards pouch in there, and I could zip it all up. So I could put all that on the outside. For convenience going through TSA, obviously a passport would be easy to slip in and out of there, but if I can put all that in there, then a passport sleeve or wallet or whatever is nothing. One of the things I did say, the reason I said I would never buy this is because of the weight. But once I took off the bottom piece for airport travel, this ended up being 2.4 pounds. So just under 2.5 pounds. And without the strap on the Away Everywhere bag, it is 2.25 pounds. So very close in weight. And this includes having this kind of pleather, vegan leather laptop sleeve. I wonder what it'd be without that. Oh, it's 2 pounds. So it's actually lighter than the Away Everywhere bag without the pouch and without the bottom piece. Well, this makes it for a perfect lightweight bag. And I was always hesitant because when you look on the website, they're not going to tell you this, but I mean, the whole thing is 3 pounds, 3.2 pounds, something like that. But by zipping this off, this makes it a very lightweight bag. Now, of course, once you start adding stuff to it, it's going to weigh more. course, I've shown you this. This is my trip travel gear. So if you didn't see the other videos, I actually put my makeup in here on a couple trips, and it actually worked really well. And I just folded it up, and it stayed protected inside all of my other, like, hygiene and I don't know, all my other stuff. What I was thinking about is the easiest way. I wanted to replace my brush holder, and I did find one thing, but I don't know if I'm really happy with this. I found this silicone one that, I don't know, a lot of people are using a lot of these now, but I like to see my brushes. That's why I had that stand-up one for so long. I'm looking at a rollout one that just kind of it folds out basically. It's not rolling, but it just kind of folds out, and I ordered that. I'm gonna see how it works, but once I get all the items of how I'm changing a few things, I've had that stand-up brush holder for like 15 years. It's time to upgrade and change something in that. If not, if I can't find anything, then I may just buy another one like it, but I've had it for a very long time. It's time, kind of seen a little bit. it's had its moment. It's time to go. But my thought is, whatever I have with my brushes, my plan is to get it small enough to get it into this area here and not have it loose in the back. 'Cause I don't pull it out for pretty much anything. But if I had to, I'd be pulling one item out rather than two items out if I'm going to go refresh myself, or if I, want to put my makeup on the plane or whatever, because sometimes I don't wear makeup on the plane. Oh, I'm going to put it in here. It's going to go in here like this, and it does work standing up. This is the little 3-in-1 bag that it comes with. There's a little bit of liquids in here. I don't take a lot of liquids because I use bar soaps for shampoo, conditioner, body. Been using the Kitsch, is that how you say it? Kitsch? I'll put it here. Soaps for a little while, and for about 3 or 4 months now, and I love them. So I just kind of tuck these in here, standing up. They go on one side. Let me see, I probably should turn this around just like I've done in the past. Okay, there we go. Much better, right? Because it is a dark bag. I want you to be able to see inside. Oh, here we go. Now the one thing, again, on most of these bags, it does not have a water bottle holder, but I think you can slide it in. If one of these was mesh, I think that would be an advantage for Baze to change, is to make this a mesh stretch for a water bottle, or because of the way this folds down inside, see how it goes in. Oh, it would have to be a mesh in here in order for a water bottle to pocket it in there, but that's just a suggestion. And then I don't really need this sleeve for this. Now if I take in my laptop, I would, but for my iPad, no. However, this has some additional pockets, and this is really nice to throw my Kindle and maybe my phone when I'm going through TSA. Maybe I will take it because it didn't weigh that much, right? Little extra protection always helps. I'll put that in there. That'll keep that in, and then I can throw, and then by having this separation, I could probably throw something else in there if I had to. This is one thing I changed. If you saw, I used to have my headphones and everything in this, but I have this clear. I thought this would be great as an additional item to be able to use when I'm traveling, is have a clear bag, especially if you're going to go to a concert or a game. A lot of stadiums and stuff now want clear bags to be able to see everything inside. I ended up putting my headphones, my earplugs. I don't have my battery charger in here because I was using it for an event. But I would put that in here. It has this extra little zipper here to maybe throw your wallet or whatever. I have these little travel-on little pouches here. And it also comes with a long crossbody strap that I just tucked away. Now, could take that crossbody and use this to hang, or this way, this is plastic. I feel very comfortable to be able to put this in the back of the seat, or to hang it on the back of the tray, or wherever. But because it's easy to clean, you know, because of the material. Yeah, I picked this up on Amazon. It's a good size. It's not too big. I want to say it's very similar to this size. If we put it next to each other, let's put it next to each other. You can see it's just a little bit bigger. This gives you an idea of what the size is in comparison to a 311 bag. Okay, that goes in on a side, whatever side. Of course, I have my little medicine pouch in here, and this is where I can tuck my jewelry case in here. So this pocket was actually bigger than the one on the away bag, where my little jewelry pouch can go in there, and then of course the Kindle on that side. No idea where the Kindle is. Found it, and it does fit in the pocket on that side. Oh, it's hard to see here. I hope you can see. But this little laptop sleeve now holds my jewelry case, my Kindle, iPad. And what's great about this is that since it sits inside the sleeve, if you have a folder where you want to put all your documents and things like that, you could easily just slide it right in there. So hotel information, boarding passes, whatever, go right in here. Make it super simple, keep everything together, especially if you have a family and you want to keep everything together, in here. On this side, there is a nice zipper pocket where I would put, I've said this before, I put all my sanitation stuff. I know where it's at. And I'd probably put my little pouch wallet in there as well to keep it a little protected. Should have shown you this before, but there are two slip pockets here. I can throw my eyeglass case right in there. One more little slip pocket where I probably put some lotion and that. Now, there's still plenty of space right here in the center because I moved my eyeglass case here, and I put my, so in the Away Everywhere bag, I had the eyeglass case in the middle and my brushes. So by changing the pouch for the brushes, that will go inside here. I have this extra space here for snacks or whatever. So say this is my snack bag. This is actually mints, gum. This is disposable toothbrush, some tissues, a little bag. I could easily throw that in the center. On the outside, probably I'd throw, now that it's packed, I like to do things, show this one once it's packed so you can see. You remember how tight it was for the other one? Little tight, but it's still going in. Can I put this in here? Yes, I can. I probably wouldn't. But I would put my phone and I put my passport sleeve in there. Now, if I wanted to, I could still put, instead of taking this, I would probably put a small, what do you call it? A small packing cube with an extra set of clothes, which I like to do. I'd probably just put it right down here in the middle. I don't take too much stuff with me on the plane, I feel. Or everything is pretty well organized. So there is that. Now, real quick, while we still have this right here, I want to show you, I know some people feel this is hard to get on here, and I don't know, maybe I've just had some luck. Watch, this time I'll probably have a hard time. But I grab this little piece, and then I just maneuver it. I'm not going to be able to see it in this, the way I'm at. Okay. Put it onto the zipper. Now you kind of have to hold the bottom and the little zip pull. Put it in there. And once it's all the way in there, then it's very easy. Oh, I'm not, people say it's hard, but I don't think it was that hard once you get used to it. And then this is the total. All right, this is how the bag looks. I think it looks pretty good. It doesn't feel too heavy. It's comfortable on my arm and on my body. Even with the bottom piece on there, it doesn't feel too bad, but we're gonna weigh it so you can actually know exactly how much you're carrying when you're rushing through the airport or running to your, catch your, whatever, your Uber car or whatever. But this is, you want to make sure it's comfortable and functional. I'm going to also put it on the suitcase as well in just a second. But let's weigh this first, because I always think that's a curious item of how much we actually carry around with us. And when I see some of these individuals with very large weekender bags and they are stuffed, I'm like, if you have to gate check your bag, you have to carry that stuff with you. And who knows how long. If your flight gets delayed or you have a long layover, whew, I've been there. I've been there. All right, we're gonna do this. Okay, this is with the bottom piece. We are just under 12 pounds. That is what I would be carrying with the bottom piece. I think if I took out the laptop sleeve and the bottom piece, it would probably be 10.5 pounds, maybe. So let me get this on the suitcase so you can see it. All right, there's the small. And then this is the regular carry-on from Baze. So those are the two. You can see that there. Now I'm going to take off the bottom piece so you can see how it looks without the bottom piece. I'm going to put some footage in here actually of me showing how many shoes you can get in there and different styles of shoes as well. I think it's important to show the function of the bottom piece. Now I have a size 6 and size 6.5 to 7, anywhere in that range of shoes. So you can see what that looks like in this clip. And I think what's good about it is it actually reflects the functionality of the mini one. Based on however you feel you're going to be able to use the bottom piece, this piece, is probably based on the size that you are comfortable taking. I, again, am only comfortable with a smaller bag. And I think this is the perfect size if I want to travel. This would be mainly if I'm traveling domestically or on a larger airline where I know I don't have to worry about carry-on size or personal item size as much. I would stay within the restrictions based on what I know these dimensions are. And I usually try to take my bag all the way to my destination, but I don't mind checking it on the way home so I don't have to carry it. But I also have to remember that I'm going to be carrying this item. I've had a rolling underseater for a little while, and there are some places where that just isn't going to work. It works on the bigger planes, but it does not work on some airlines. And I have known to where I've had to put it up above, and that is, I'll put it in here. It's the Virage, and it is a great underseater bag. I actually used it, I may have some pictures here where I use it on a trip, and I want to say I flew Delta, I flew United, and I flew American with that particular trip. I had 3 or 4 flights, and it fit underneath the seat on those larger airplanes. I had to make sure it was a larger airplane. There was one on the way home where I did have to put it up above because it was a very small plane. It was a 2 and 2. So if you know, it's 2 seats in one aisle. There was 2 and 2, and then the aisle in the center. I had to put it up above because it just wouldn't fit. Again, it all depends on what you're where you're going and what you're doing. This particular system will work well. This will work well for larger domestic flights and some international flights. This could work really well. This will work for international and smaller flights domestically, and a lot of international flights that have very strict restrictions. Okay, so again, a personal item bag is all about what you're needing and what you're wanting and how you're going to be traveling. I think this is really great in order for me to be able to use it for multiple types of travel and have one item to be able to pack and store based on the kind of travel you're going to do, or the kind I'm going to do, basically. Well, this actually works out well. There's no way I could do the big one. There's no way I can do it where this didn't come off, because I know there's some options where they don't come off, and that wouldn't work for me. Unless I knew it was a bag that I was just going to use for that. But I like having one bag where I have that option. Could the zipper break? Yes. Yes, the zipper could break on the bottom. But if you have a really good seamstress or seamster in town, wherever you live, you can have it replaced. Zippers aren't that bad. I mean, zippers break on all kinds of things, so not a big deal. But this is how it looks on the regular carry-on. And this is how it looks on the small carry-on. Let's see. I'm going to lower it just so you can see it a little bit better, since it's a little bit shorter on this particular suitcase. All right. So this is what it looks like on this particular bag or suitcase. Oh, you can see the size difference, but it would meet some personal item dimensions for international flights if you have it without the bottom piece on. So I think having one bag that has dual functions works better for me, because it's a better bang for my buck. You know, it gets me more options. All right, so that is it for the Baze Weekender. And I think I forgot to mention there is a strap. So, you know what a strap does. It goes on crossbody, whoops, makes it longer. You know what it does. It's a function, okay? All right. If you have any comments about the bag, because I know this bag has been out for a very long time. It looks like it's being discounted and clearanced out, which is why I was able to pick it up. Now, I will, full disclaimer, if you buy a second Baze or a discounted clearance item, look very clearly, because it does say final sale. You cannot return these items. If you want one of these items that are on clearance or in the second Baze portion, whatever, just know it's non-returnable item. One item is that the Way Everywhere bags come with more of a nylon waterproof type material on the outside, and these come with more of a canvas, a heavy canvas. My suggestion, and what I'm going to do, is get a waterproofing spray and a spot kind of treatment spray, and I think that'll help preserve the bag a lot longer, as well as using some, now it is vegan leather, but some kind of conditioning type leather protected, in order for it not to crack as fast, and keep it, the bag overall, protected as much as possible. Oh, anyway, I think it looks really nice. I'm happy I was able to get the navy. That makes me excited. So if you have any questions about the bag, please leave a comment below. I'll be happy to answer it. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe. Take care. Have a great day.